Okay, she's nearly drunk up all her water. And let's see if I can find her something. I don't want to keep making her eat dry noodles and shit, but like, there's either that or like a bouillon cube or something. What is this game? I don't know. No idea, honestly. She can eat the sugar. She can eat the sugar. That's not probably going to make her dehydrated. I did see wine in here somewhere, and I thought maybe that would like let her sleep nicely. Can she drink from this? Maybe. Can you transfer the liquids between that tiny amount of liquid into one of the bottles that you've got? Once you finish chugging your pack of sugar, obviously. You know what I'd like to be able to do? I'd like to be able to put a tea bag in a bottle of water. That would be cool. Like a plastic water bottle container or something like that. Yeah, maybe that one that's not full. Because then you could get like a cold tea instead of needing to like boil it and shit. Maybe. Let's chuck that back in there. So she's got a bit of extra water for the night, which is good. Let's just pop the other one so she doesn't drink it in there. It's getting dark. And we've got canned carrots for the trip. All right, let's go put it to bed real quick. So we've got a long walk to do in the morning. Once I can get into my room. Yeah, I guess you can leave the door open. That's fine. Go have a sleep. There we go. Just it's against both full flushes where I can tell happily yawning. No, I'm surprised that you're not having a snooze, Viking. Honestly. Let me have some of my drink, actually. Alright. 6. Cool. That's about the kind of time of day we want to go for this walk. Let's chuck the extra water bottles in here. I want to chuck the... I do want to chuck the proper water bottle. I don't really want her to carry that, but I guess it's a good thing she didn't drink from it. Fine, chuck that in there. And leave the empty cam here, please. And we've got carrots to eat on the road. I also don't really want to be carrying 2 batteries with me. We can get that on the way. I'm just going to leave that here. And yeah, we should be good. We should be okay. Alright, let's go for a fucking walk. It's going to take a while. There's zombies on our way and stuff. But yeah, we're going into town. We're going to go get ourselves a car. Then we're going to get ourselves some engine parts. It sounds like the thing to do. We also... Somebody please remind me I need a standard car's windshield and hood. Because I will probably forget. Maybe. I don't know. I'm generally somebody who remembers stuff. But I'll probably think it's like a heavy duty one or something. I'll get confused. Hey, Deg, welcome in. As someone is tired, bored, and sleepy. I mean, aren't we all? Is that not just our fucking default nowadays? Yeah, Viking's my mod. Viking is my streamer wolf. He, I think he streams sometimes, but he does beautiful works of art and has like the most gorgeous fucking photography shit. So, yeah. He's mostly going to have a snooze. You can pet him, you can feed him, all that sort of stuff. Just don't be a dick to him. If you don't want him to, you know, I don't know, be close to you, there's no need to be mean about it. Come here, zombie. What? There we go. You said windows and a door. Did I? Because I need a... actually, does this have an engine? Hold on, I haven't checked this for a while. Nah, it doesn't have an engine. Yeah, I need a windshield. I need a windshield and a hood for a standard car, and I need engine parts. And I also need to get my red car that's down here too. Oh, there we go. Down you go. Yeah, I don't need anything off the zombies. Something I can Viking from before. Oh yeah. It's always wide and realizing... What's that, Deg? I can tell, happily gives feather. Some feathers and give to others. Lol, just a Viking's feathers. And to wolf pet in retaliation. Was that, don't give wolf pelts out. That's horrible. Don't do that. You don't need to, like, traumatize Viking. Jesus. It's already bad enough when I'm playing RimWorld and I start peeling animals, okay? It's already bad enough when I do that. There's also high twitch. Yeah. Yeah, no, I see here. I don't really want her to have to crouch the whole way down here, but I know that there's quite a lot of zombies on the way. No, Zilla's dreaming. Zilla's my cat friend, but it doesn't know. She's just having a dream. I kind of would like to kind of backtrack the way I went, but there are a lot of zombies. So I do have to be careful with this. I would rather, where possible, to avoid engaging with the battle than to engage in a battle. I'm pretty sure the way I kind of want to go, I sort of want to go down that street, I'm pretty sure, because it was clearer. Let's see if we can cut through the schoolyard. See how we go. Alright. Yeah, what are you guys all up to? What are you up to tonight? So, normally I'd play like 7 Days to Die on Mondays, but literally my computer can't at the moment because my graphics card can't handle it. So we're playing Project Zomboid on Mondays. And because I haven't like sorted out what I'm doing on Thursday for random game night, because I also can't play Diablo 2 at the moment because my graphics card can't handle it. So instead of doing random game night, I'm going to repeat last week, and we're going to have Project Zomboid on Monday and Friday, and we're going to have RimWorld on Tuesday and Thursday this week. Just as a heads up. So, yeah. Typically I'd have like a few other games and stuff, but literally my graphics card cannot handle streaming and the games. The games run fine for me. It just runs like shit for you guys and we lose audio. So, or don't you lag out on me. So yeah. I've identified one that I'm going to get. The replacement one I'll get, but I got to save up for it. I got other shit first. So it will be a little while. Don't get me wrong, but Project Zomboid, totally a Tuesday game. Nah, for me it's a Friday game. I've been playing it on Fridays pretty consistently since kind of Christmas, you know? Like, RimWorld feels very much like a Tuesday game to me, though. Like, I don't like changing RimWorld off Tuesdays most of the time. I wonder if I could get, like, a decent part off that car. I bet I could. We'll have to see when I come back. The other thing, too, is there are quite a lot of zombies that I passed on the way around, so I've got to be careful of that. Be careful not to attract the zombies. I don't want to fight them unless I really need to. I also want to try to get down to this car before night falls, and I think it's going to be an entire day's journey, to be honest. It just scratches Viking's ears and zones out mentally. Yeah, that's the way to be. There is going to be a lot down here in the suburb. I don't know why, but I cleared out a lot of zombies very recently, and I suddenly have an absolute fuck ton of zombies again. But not in the same places. So we had it where I stayed in my house for like a while, like at least a week in game. And I ended up with like a couple of those, you got like helicopter events and gunshot events and stuff. We ended up with like a fuck ton of zombies just in the paddock across the street. Like 30, 50 odd. Easily. A lot. And it was the kind of a lot where I couldn't like cleanly drive through it. Hence why we lost one of the vehicles. But they're all gone. They're not over there anymore. But they're all like sporadically around town again. Like a shit ton. In like clusters and crap. Which is kind of funny because I don't know how often build mode resets, like respawns in zombies. I know that they're supposed to forever like keep coming back into wherever you are, and it's supposed to increase and stuff, but I know that there was an update that spread them back out and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Kind of all over the place with that. It actually isn't taking that long to get back down, honestly, to town. Although, to be fair, I also don't know how many clusters of zombies there are going to be in town. I may have to run at some point. Also, she should be able to eat her canned carrots now. I don't want her to be, like, hungry when we get into town, you know? So we'll try to deal with that. Happily receiving ear scratchy smiles. No. There's a lot of trash at that door. I might have dismantled that door at some point. Also, we found like a clothing place that had like good... Oh no, hold on. We're going up to zombies again. I could go closer to the house instead of going main door. There we go. I just don't want to get that thing where I'm distracted and walk straight into a horde. Because we've already done that. That's how we lost number 8. I'm pretty sure I also lost one of my other ones doing that too. I do that a lot. I also boop a lot of trees doing that. That's also a good looking card too. We'll check that out on the way back too. Maybe. I'm keeping an eye out for cars that look like they could be good. In case, you know, they have like the goods that I need for pulling apart a car. But this is like the first winter that we're kind of getting into. First winter I've done, which is interesting because like I didn't notice at first that all of these vines and stuff, like apart from the fact that they have been slowly progressively growing, which I haven't noticed. On top of that, they all died off for winter and shit. I thought that that was pretty awesome. Like, and then we got snow. Snow has been pretty interesting to look at too. Alright, I'm not too far away from the cars, so we'll see how we go. It tells us I can fall to sleep, so I think both full postures. No. You get your rest, Viking. I'm zoning out. And ADHD goes, there's a hand in hand. So Jerky sits next to Viking. That wanders around analysing everything. Yeah. Viking will probably have it when they wake back up next. That's usually how it goes. I don't know. I've had like some conversations before where some people never really spend the time being able to just like sit and do nothing. And like, not so much just zone out, but even just like have creative thoughts or have like a scenario play through in the head and stuff like that. It always baffles me because it's like, the fuck do you do with your free time? You know? There we go. Alright, I don't think I need to kill the other one because, well, maybe. Hold on. She's pretty far away. I might be able to take the parts from this one. Which, to be fair, I do think, yeah, I took my wrench because that's what it said I needed was a wrench. This should give me some parts. Probably not a lot. I'll have to check what I get because this is like a 44% one. And this car's going to be like nothing left soon. Oh, Azula's woken up. I think she heard something. Or she had a dream that she heard something. It's like startled now. You good? Hold on. I just gotta pat the cat. She's too asleep for this business. There we go. Alright, let's see. I got 2 parts from that. Okay. Let's see if I can just pop that in this boot. I do want to bring this one home. This is a car. I don't know how to mentally building a code system for later physically coding. That's fair. Is this boot not open? Maybe I need to click the thing. I don't know, I usually... Depends on the situation. Like sometimes... sometimes I'm like legitimately thinking about something. Sometimes I'm mapping something out. Sometimes I'm legitimately just daydreaming. Let's unlock that trunk. Like, I don't know. Because like I've wrote books and shit too. So a lot of my like writing stories and stuff comes from like just being off in imagination and shit, which helps. Alright, we've got a couple of engine parts. Now, this one over here might have some. There's 2 more cars here I can pillage, and then there's a couple of cars across the way. I think we're getting like this like continuous music because she's hopeless. But there's not much I could do about it. Like, I can take her into the restaurant and we can eat like ketchup or sugar packets. I don't think that's going to make her happy. Like, mind you, in the apocalypse, I do think that eating sugar packets would bring me some joy. I think. It really just depends. But that's also just me. I just like sweet shit, so like I'd probably treat it like, how many of us fucking remember the old the dip things? You know, the I think it was like a dipstick and like a flavored sugar packet. And yeah, you used to just like dip the stick into the sugar basically. And it like was barely flavored. Some good shit. I actually got a pack of that recently. I saw it on the shelves at Kohl's and I was like, it's like $2. I'm like, that's a lot for like what you get. But like, I was kind of hoping it would be okay, but it's so terrible. I'm like, maybe it was better when I was a kid, but this is like pretty bad. It was not as described. It was also like really lacking flavor too. Which was astounding because I'm like, how do you fuck that up? It's literally just add a drop of flavoring to like sugar. That's what you gotta do. Maybe even like a drop of coloring or something if you want to get fancy. But I remember there being flavors. I remember there being multiple flavors, you know? Oh yeah, it used to be amazing. Yeah. I've been trying to find places that sell like the old school, like candy from my childhood kind of stuff. There is, I don't know what it's called. If somebody knows what this is, let me know. But I have been specifically trying to find these little tiny hard candies. They're like itty bitty, really, really small. And they look like itty bitty tiny fruits, like banana or peach or an orange. I don't know what else. There's something else in there. But they were good. You used to get them in the, I don't know what they're called, like the little machine things where you put in like a couple of cents, like 10, 20 cents, or are you just putting this on the floor? She is fucking putting it on the floor. God damn it. Anyway, the thing where you go and like twist it after putting some money in and it drops out like candy for you. Like a gumball machine, but for candy, right? One of those kinds of candy type things. I cannot find what it's fucking called. I know I've bought it at least like a decade ago. I bought it, but I can't find any evidence of having purchased it somewhere and what it was called. You know, I know what you're talking about, but can't remember the name. Right? I can't either. I think, like, I feel like it was just called Fruits or something like that, but I feel like it also had a proper name. And I know I've bought it before. And I specifically like the little bananas because they taste like fucking amazing. But like, I can't find it anywhere. Those are fruit pastels. Maybe. I'll save that. I'll Google that later. Also, welcome in, Tarantula. And, Uchi? Maybe? Welcome in. Yeah, no, I don't know what they're legit called, but it's good shit. They still sell them here in the US. I'm pretty sure they still sell them, but like I haven't seen it in like a store or something like that. I don't know if this car is going to be big enough to... Oh no, there we go. The back seats can hold on to a windshield. Cool. I just got to find a bonnet and a few more car parts. Let me just go and see if I can pull apart. Oh, she's getting hungry. She opened those can of carrots while we're going over to this other car. We'll move this car over to the other car park and we'll probably sleep there for the night. Pull apart what we can. Yeah, what are you up to, Tarantula? And, Oji? Alright, hold on. Eat the carrots. Did you finish opening it? Nah, I must have interrupted her doing something. Either way, she should have enough food and drink. Like, I don't have any spare food, but, like, I could poke my nose in here in just like the front area and take ketchup and that would be enough to feed her. Although, like, I sort of feel like I should be able to not necessarily starve her, right? But I feel like there's a way that you can kind of make them lose weight because her weight is going up substantially. And I've done some exercise with her and stuff, but it's just not doing the thing, you know? So gotta be careful. There's two zombies over there. Let me just let's see if I can get some engine parts off this one. Just headed from a bit of shopping. Got some buffalo. I'm gonna dig in when I get home. Nice. I assume you mean actual like buffalo meat when you say buffalo. I don't think I need anything else here. There is a good door on this car I could take home. One of my cars has a shit door. I know I've got to fix up my... Hold on. Let's go get some stuff. Yeah, when I see buffalo as an Australian, like the first thing that comes to my mind is like buffalo wings. Oh yeah, buffalo wings, yeah. Okay. I just want to clarify that because there are some places in the world where you can literally eat buffalo. And I sometimes have to just ask and clarify because I don't know for sure if it is actually just sauce or like chicken or if it's legitimately the meat. Because like I do watch like a few what do you call it? Like I watch a few YouTubers that do like cook various meat and stuff like that, and sometimes they have like various game meats and stuff. I can't quite reach the... I wonder if I can sit on this. Can I sit on this? Well, I can sit on that. I wonder if that would let me get at the other one. Who runs the fruit candies? I've eaten real buffalo meat. Wow, crazy. So it's called runts, you reckon? Alright, let me just mark that up. I'll have a look at that later because that does sound right to me. I knew it had some kind of a ridiculous name that didn't fit what it was, which is why I couldn't fucking remember it. But yeah, I'll check that out later. Alright, we got some ketchup. I don't want to risk getting her dead or necessarily that I need to. So I'm just going to take her back up to the car and we're going to move to the other car park. There's also a zombie over at my car, so I've got to be careful with that. I meant to type buffalo wings, but had a typo. It's all good. Also cool about eating the buffalo and stuff. Mate, come here. Come back here. I don't want to hit my car by accident. I need you to come out from behind there. There we go. I don't really want to fight you because I don't want to risk dying right now. But let's get the car over there. Yeah, no, I've had... Hold on, I'm on the wrong side again. This is the problems with being Australian. Wrong side. I had to try like a whole bunch of different like game meats, exotic meats and stuff like that because when my Crohn's was in full swing, so I've got Crohn's disease, and it made it that I couldn't eat a lot of like red meat and just regular normal meat that's like, you know, like your chicken and your beef and lamb and crap like that. So I, for a while, just tried out like other meats and stuff like that, which was fine. It wasn't really a problem. The most confusing thing was I couldn't eat chicken, but I could eat like duck and turkey, which made no fucking sense, but I could eat chicken eggs. So, I don't know. I had no real say in it. I didn't even have to know if the meat or product or whatever was in it or cooked with it. I'd just get sick regardless if it was in it, whether I knew or not. So, yeah, that was fun. I think I've got the windshield. It's the hood I need now, right? Let's grab that. I'm gonna make her very overweight. I don't know if this is gonna fit in the car, but we're gonna try. Duck is really good too. I got really good at cooking duck because duck reminded me a lot of lamb in the oily meat kind of thing. And I quite liked lamb, but I couldn't eat it. So duck was a really good substitute. Plus whatever kind of like fat drippings and stuff used to come off it, I used to use for like other cooking and stuff. So yeah, that was pretty useful. I'm trying to remember what I used to use for the duck fat specifically. I think I used to use it for like meat fritters and some other stuff. It was some good shit. She's hot every time she goes inside, unfortunately. But yeah, no, I came to really enjoy duck. They still would 100% still eat it now. It's just it's expensive. That's the only thing that kind of like slows me down with like eating it realistically, is I now can afford, well, it's not that I can afford the cheaper ones, it's that my body will let me eat the cheaper ones, finally. Now, I do want kind of the notepad to take home, and I think I've put all the spare parts in the boot. We've got the hood, we've got the windshield, and we've got some engine parts. Turducken. No, I've never done a turducken, because turducken has chicken in it, so I wasn't able to ever do that. But like I also never really messed much with the turkey duck aspect because if I ate enough turkey, it also made me sick. So, yeah. It was really weird. But I don't have to worry about that as much anymore. I'm basically, like, I'm not like 100%, but like my Crohn's is close to remission. It basically has various levels of activity. It never goes away. It just, you know, it can be active or it can get inactive, but it requires a lot of work. And mine is mostly triggered by stress and diet and stuff. And although I've had like the diet aspect in control for the last like 15 years, the stress has gone down substantially in the last year or two. So that's been the big change. It's allowed me to eat stuff again. March Ridge. What the hell is this? Does it normally show me on the map? Hold on. What the hell is that? Oh, over there. Okay, there is a town. Well, there we go. Yeah, the thing's getting better. Yeah, it is doing a lot better. I wonder if that's a uni, maybe. Probably a town hall. Yeah, as far as like being able to eat stuff and whatever, like I don't have to worry as much. Like there's still some stuff that seems to be still iffy and it can go off if I'm stressed and stuff. Like I can still sometimes get like really sick from eating these things anyway if I'm particularly stressed. So that still happens. But like it's not as bad, like the reactions aren't as bad because the thing was I was going through like I was testing food every other year. Pretty much like a couple of times a year I'd be like, okay, well, let me try a bite of chicken or let me try a bite of pork or something like that. See how it responds, kind of thing. See how my body responds to it. And yeah, if it was good, like I'd try a little bit more, and if more was bad, yeah, most of the time the reactions were bad. So when I stopped suddenly having like reactions to things and I was eating stuff and I'm like, nothing's happening, what the hell? Yeah, it got really confusing. Sorry to hear about your issue. Friends that have it. Yeah. Like, mine was just, like, particularly weird just because of the whole, like, not being able to eat meats thing. Because the thing was, like, I was able to eat kangaroo. I was able to eat duck and turkey, stuff like that. All of that was fine. I just couldn't eat, like, normal things like chicken or beef or lamb or whatever. It was just really odd, and I didn't have to. It was one of those things where it was 100% like a biological thing because I didn't have to see if it was in the food or be told if it was in the food. If it was in the food, my body would tell me, kind of thing. So I haven't eaten snake. I pretty sure I tried croc when I was a kid. Like snake would be kind of hard to come by here unless I went bush, but I wanted to try. I've tried kangaroo. I'm pretty sure I've tried croc. I think I've tried pheasant. What else have I tried? I've tried a few things. I just can't like remember all of them off the top of my head. But there was a butcher not that far away that had more game meats, and that was really useful. I'm trying to remember what else I used to get. Because kangaroo here is one of those things where you'd think we would eat it, but generally we don't. Although the funniest thing is, so here's something that's actually kind of funny. So I couldn't eat most meats, but I could eat kangaroo. And then my partner couldn't eat kangaroo because that's the thing that made him really sick. But then I also think my cousin got really sick from turkey too. So whenever I had like all three of them and we're trying to like all three of us and we're trying to like make a meal, it made shit really fucking difficult. Like unnecessarily difficult. Just because it's like we can't have kangaroo, can't have turkey, and what was the other one? Fuck knows. Anyway, I just couldn't have those. And I'd always forget and one of us would get sick. Or one of them would forget what they can and can't eat and get sick. That was another thing that would happen every so often too. I sort of want to take these notepads and shit home to burn because I got a fireplace. I'm also out of water finally. So let me just check these couple of cars. That one looks like it could be good. I've got all the parts I need. I'm just trying to get enough engine parts to do repairs. And I'd rather be in town and do the trip. I'd rather get this stuff. That's an actually okay car. It's just not good for fuel. It doesn't have any fuel. It has a good bonnet though. There's a chocolate covered crickets. I wouldn't mind trying that. My only reservation,